Hey, thank y'all for being with us. We're going to start today with a rather startling story out of California, Southern California to be exact. Former two-time Olympic gold medalist Oksana Pasha-Gershuk was drugged with GHB, that's that date rape drug, while at a business meeting at a fancy Southern California hotel. Yeah,
you remember her. She was part of an ice dancing duo, and that guy was actually her boyfriend at one time. Well, anyway, Gershuk started to feel sick, she said, and then she started to get numb while she was having dinner and drinks with this guy that she was there having sort of a business meal with. She says she looked in her glass, and when she looked in that glass, she saw a dissolving pill. Watch. Yeah. A former gold medal Olympian had a close call with the dark world of date rape. She is Russian ice dancer Oksana Gershuk, but she was also drugged during a California business dinner just over a week ago. Here's what the sheriff's department says happened to her. During dinner at an elegant Orange County hotel restaurant, she began to feel ill and numb. Oksana looked at her glass and saw a pill dissolving in the bottom of her drink. Investigators called to the scene later found another dissolved pill in the bottom of a drink she ordered in the hotel's lounge. The sheriff's department says the toxicology tests that came back were positive for GHB, a common date rape drug often referred to as a, quote, predatory drug. GHB can cause breathing problems, loss of consciousness, seizures, drowsiness, coma, and even death. GHB is often mixed with alcohol to reduce resistance from a victim before a sexual assault. The sheriff's department says they are vigorously looking into how the pills got into Oksana's drinks and who put them there.
Joining us from Los Angeles is Orange County Sheriff's spokesperson, Jim Amormino. And Jim, thank you for being with us. Boy, frightening for Pasha. Remind us again, the two drinks she had were both at the table where she was sitting?
No, the first drink was out in the lounge.
In the lounge itself,
They went, that's correct, and they were waiting for their dinner reservations. They got a private booth in the restaurant, so she took that first drink with her. She didn't finish that drink. She didn't notice anything in that one. And halfway through dinner, as she was drinking her wine, she did notice some discoloration in the red wine. It was kind of cloudy. And she had the presence of mind, and she was very observant to see that partially dissolved pill in that drink.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine looking down and seeing that? So she's sitting across from this man. Who was this man? It was a business associate?
Yeah, she stated that they had a business meeting. They were attempting to start up a business. He was in his 60s. And again, it was purely a business relationship.
I read reports, though, that she told the New York Post, for instance, that after she found and she was holding it, I guess, he said, well, why don't you just throw that away? Is that true? Is that what she told you?
That is true. And of course, that is a very bizarre statement for someone to say, I would think.
Well, I tell you, Pasha sure seems to be pointing the finger at the business associate across the table, the 60-year-old man, because she said he gets up after, she starts feeling woozy, goes into the bathroom himself for 15 minutes and came back acting very weird. Is that what she told you?
That's correct. We heard the same story, and there's still some aspects of the investigation I cannot get into, but I think that's somewhat bizarre by itself.
Did he stay around for the police to arrive because she did call the police?
Well, as soon as the deputies arrived at the location, he did leave.
Jim, so they never had a chance to talk to him there?
Oh, well, no, investigators followed up, and of course, it's still an open, active investigation, but they questioned him, and he definitely remains a person of interest at this time.
Okay. Kelly Addington is here, and you've had experience with this. Welcome back to the program, as a matter of fact. You were dating a guy, but had never had sex with him, but he slipped you some of this date rape drug?
Well, in my case, we're not certain if it was him or someone else at the bar, but the professionals that I spoke to definitely said that they felt that drugs were involved.
I mean, you're part of an organization now that is active in making people aware of what this is all about. When you actually took this, or you didn't know that you took it, obviously. What did you start to feel? So if there are women out there that have gone through this or started to, or may go through this, what do they need to look for? Well,
I think the important thing is the education piece and to understand what the effects of these drugs could be. And the best way to explain them is that they're very similar to the way that you feel if you consumed a great deal of alcohol. They cause you to feel dizzy, you feel hazy, and some survivors of rape describe it as feeling like they were in a tunnel or in a coma-like state. Sometimes you can understand things that are going on around you, but you don't have control of your body to actually speak out.
Pasha mentioned she went numb.
Yeah, it's numb is a good way to describe it. It gives you a very heavy feeling.
Yeah, did you pass all the way out then?
I'm not sure if I passed out, if I fell asleep.
How did you know you were date raped?
I found out a couple of months later that I was pregnant.
Oh, when you never had sex with this guy before.
Right.
All of a sudden you're pregnant.
Right.
Something happened.
And it wasn't until later I had a conversation with him and found out that we did have sex that evening.
What did he say?
He denied everything and said that it was my idea to have sex and things like that. So.
You later miscarried?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, is there any way you can prevent this?
And the best thing that we always tell people is to watch your drinks, pay attention. And like you said, I mean, Pasha did everything right. And the fact that she recognized these pills and the cloudiness of the beverage is amazing. So that means that she did everything right. So preventing is watching your drinks, paying attention to who you're with, paying attention to your surroundings, and at the first sign of an abnormal feeling, speak up to follow your intuition.
Jim, is there anything you'd like to add to our guest comments?
Well, she pretty well covered it, but of course, it's common when people go to a bar, someone buys someone a drink, it's best not to accept those drinks because you never know if something was put in there.
Ladies, trust your instincts. That's what Kelly says.
Thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it. We're going to follow that story and give you more information on mnjshow.com.